Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Hello
Hello,
Gelato.
gelato.
And actually, this is going to be the very first full on recording for Hello Gelato.
Mhm.
We recently just did a live show making the big announcement for the channel change. So, really excited and proud for that, and happy that this one is going along the ride with me. Um, so in any case, this show is going to be about. Well, actually, this was a request from a viewer. So shout out to Noah for bringing it to my attention. But Noah will be coming down to Disneyland very soon, and I believe it will be his third time at Disneyland. So he's not necessarily prone to going to Disneyland very often.
Yes.
Um, but in any case, he had asked me if I had any recent videos on any tips, tricks, tidbits of navigating through the parks. And I told him, I said, there wasn't anything recent, but I said, you know what? That would make a really good video. And maybe I should do that for my viewers because, in case if there are a lot of East Coasters that go to Walt Disney World, not necessarily to Disneyland, um, that for people who do want to come over and see Disneyland, they can know how to handle it. Because I have to tell you, from being on both ends of the spectrum, Disneyland and Walt Disney World are two completely total different beasts. And she learned from this past May how different Walt Disney World is from Disneyland.
Yes, it's very different. I grew up with Disney in my backyard. I grew up as Disneyland in my backyard pretty much.
Yeah.
And I've been going since I was a little kid. So I like it's not the first time I've done it, but I've only been to Walt Disney World. Well, last May was my third time. And even the first two times I didn't do Walt Disney World the same way. I didn't stay on Disney World property. I stayed outside, so it was still very different than this last May where you stay in the Disney World bubble. And oh man, I wanted to pass out at the end.
Yeah.
I was so glad that we were going on a Disney cruise to mellow it out and recover.
Absolutely. Now, speaking with Disneyland,
Yes.
you can kind of have your like kind of slow pace, or if you wanted to have a little bit more of a rapid pace, as our good friend Candy Camper does. Shout out to him. That he loves to jump from ride to ride and everything. Because again, he's one that doesn't go to the parks very often. But I strongly suggest for someone that may not even get as close to the parks as he does, I strongly suggest maybe kind of getting as much done as you possibly can, but you still want to be able to enjoy the sights, the sounds, the scenes, and everything. So I highly recommend that if it is a very busy time of year, which a lot of times summertime is usually not it anymore. If you're coming during the holidays for Halloween or Christmas or what have you,
Yes.
be prepared that there's going to be a lot more people here for the holidays. But to be on the safe side, it's always good to check get the Disneyland app, so that way you can kind of look at the map, check out the wait times and what have you. That based off of the wait times for the rides, it may be best that you buy Lightning Lane. And I don't encourage people to buy Lightning Lane if you're someone that goes to the parks very often, as we do. But for someone that's getting that once in a lifetime opportunity,
like you only have the one day to go.
I highly recommend Lightning Lane. Now, the frustration part of Lightning Lane is it's not like Universal where it takes you right up to the the front of the line. It still intertwines you into the regular line, so just be aware of that. But it could still help cut down a lot of those wait times for those more popular rides like Indiana Jones, Mission Breakout, Space Mountain, attractions like that. So so if you're going for the first time or not haven't been there in a long time, tip number one, just kind of do your research a little bit on how busy the time is going to be, and modify your stay with Lightning Lane. That would be one of my pro tips. Also, too, if you want to kind of stay, because Abby had mentioned earlier about the Disney bubble with Walt Disney World. Well, the thing with Disneyland is they have great hotels. They are not in the value section.
No.
They are very expensive. So another tip, that if you want to stay close to the magic but still be able to afford it, I highly recommend a Disney Good Neighbor hotel.
Yes.
And you will find a plethora of affordable hotels that are great walking distance to and fro the parks, on Harbor and on Catella.
Yes.
Even on Clementine and off of Disney Way, you could find some great hotels. Yeah, what say you?
Yeah. We've never stayed on Disney property together. I've stayed like with friends, but even for those times, it's like a group of us having to split the room just to make it affordable for a night. So you don't want to, unless you have a ton of money and you really want to stay there. Yeah, try one of the Disney Good Neighbor hotels, because then you can at least get a good place to stay, and then that is walkable, because we prefer to be able to walk there than to deal with the tram and the parking.
Yeah. Basically, for me, a hotel room, as long as it covers the 4 S's for me, and that's sleep, shower, shave, and shit, I'm good to go. Just saying. And so, yeah, so I mean, again, yeah, if you really want that full on Disney experience, I don't want to discourage anyone from staying on Disneyland property, but again,
we really do want to stay there.
Yeah, we do. It's definitely on our bucket list.
It just takes time.
It takes
save
time.
Money.
Yes. And again, if you are not having enough time because you have other obligations and you can only get so much time off, and it's like, I can't afford to stay at a Disneyland hotel, so now I have to 86 my whole trip. Nope, you don't. Just pick a Disney Good Neighbor hotel and you'd be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another pro tip. Also, too, you utilize the time that, if you can get a day where Disneyland is open late, or if they open early. There are certain times of the year, more so the summer times, because Disneyland stays open till midnight.
Yes.
And so you can always bang for your buck that if it's busy during the day and you're kind of a night owl and you can kind of stay up,
yeah,
that's the best time, I think, that you can knock
out a lot of rides,
especially the Fantasyland dark rides. Like, you can hit like one after the other. You could also do that in the morning if you do rope drop, but the only problem with a rope drop is not everything is open, and you don't really know what is going to be open till you get there. So it could work in your favor, or it could be not in your favor. But with at least when things close later, everything is going to be open already. So that's another pro tip. Also, know too that now you could do like a park to park ticket.
Yeah, the park hopper.
So basically, you can go to and fro to Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. They're right across the street from one another, and that's actually a benefit than Walt Disney World, because you have to do transportation because their parks are so spread out of a 40,000 square mile radius, over 27,000 acres, twice the size as Manhattan Island. But in any case, that's me throwing out Disney facts. So, anywho, now again, I strongly suggest to people that if you go often, utilize that. Go back and forth. The ticket is a little bit more than just a single park day ticket. But I would say for people who can't really get there that often and you have multiple days, if you only have one day, that's different. But if you have multiple days, just stick in Disneyland and just stick in DCA. I know a lot of people say right now DCA is not a full day park, which it is actually true. but you still want to be able to utilize as much time as you possibly can without having the feeling of jumping all over the place. Because again, you still want to enjoy each park for what it is.
Yes.
And in time, DCA is going to be growing. They're getting Avengers Campus expansion. They're getting the Coco boat ride, and we're getting Pandora. Don't know, how this is all going to end up looking, but
we're still getting it.
We're still getting it first and foremost. So we're getting there with DCA. But in the meantime, definitely consider just doing a single day park. Also, another thing too, check the refurbishment times before you plan your trip.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking forward to doing a specific ride, for instance, Radiator Springs Racers, one of the most popular rides in DCA, is down for a refurbishment right now, down for maintenance. And if that's a ride you're looking forward to and you're paying for that premium up price ticket, you're going to be very disappointed when you show up and you're like, oh, it's closed down. I didn't know that. So definitely look online for like Disneyland Park and DCA Park refurbishment closures. It'll definitely let you know, like in a list form, of what's going to be done at what time and for how long for. Mm-hmm. So that way it can kind of help plan your trip of saying, I want to get more like bang for my buck.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you have any tips you want to share?
Well, usually like if I have to like host somebody, like I'm bringing someone that doesn't really go to the parks, I try to plan the day around them. Really get to like look at what you want to do, because I don't like having to be stressed out thinking I have to do everything and having them also get disappointed or get discouraged that they can't do everything. So a lot of times I like to be more realistic and say, what are the things that you must do, like you really want to hit? And then we'll plan our day around that. And another thing, to help save time, a lot of times we use the mobile order for food. Yes.
That's a good one.
So that's what, so the app is really good with, the wait times, but also the mobile order. A lot of the places now do have the mobile order. So then it cuts that time of waiting in line for that. And we do it all the time with, oh, we're on our way to here. Let's order it already, so it'll be ready by the time we can find a seat and get ready to eat. So
yeah, that's a good one. That is true, because that does save a lot of time. Mm-hmm. That rather than just stand in the regular line, a lot of times if you kind of search on the app of like some quick service restaurants that you may be interested in and you go through the menu, it's like, oh yeah, I could definitely eat that. Definitely put the mobile order in while you're on your way there. Don't wait till you get there. Yeah. Because that way, by the time it's ready for pickup, you'll be arriving. Mm-hmm. So, and then that way you bypass standing in line, and it charges your card once you like link your card information onto the app. It's a breeze, honestly. It may seem daunting. It may seem like it's a pain in the butt, but it actually is a very good time saver. Also, too, now this might be in a little bit of a negative form, but I think it's best that everyone knows this. There's not too many sit-down restaurants at Disneyland, unfortunately. Not as much as Walt Disney World, but hopefully in time that they'll get more restaurants. A lot of the sit-down restaurants are not as hyped up as you think they are. Like a lot of time people really try to get a Blue Bayou reservation when really you can get the same quality food in Cafe Orleans, and you can get a better reservation. You can get a better chance at getting a reservation at Cafe Orleans. Yes. It's basically almost the same food, but it's a little bit better priced. So I definitely say, in my opinion, skip out on Blue Bayou, go to Cafe Orleans. If you can get a reservation at Lamplight, a lot of people go for downstairs, which if you can get it timed for like World of Color, it's a phenomenal view. Absolutely love it. But they have better food quality upstairs in the boardwalk area because you can get the sliders, you can get the lobster nachos, you can get the wings.
Mhm.
You can't get all that stuff. They used to have it downstairs. So if you're going to make a reservation for Lamplight Lounge, just know it's not the same menu anymore like they used to have. And if you want to get a boardwalk reservation, you can make it through the app, which is very simple. You just click on the map, click on the location of Lamplight, and it'll say restaurant or boardwalk outside. You click boardwalk, and then you pick the amount of people that are going, and it will tell you like the wait time, and you could basically do it like right there. It's usually not too bad of a wait, unless it's very busy.
And then I think same thing goes for like the Carthay Circle.
Yeah.
Their restaurant food is very pricey, very hard to get a reservation, but they do have the Carthay Circle Lounge, and they have pretty good food for the lounge area.
And I think it's interesting that that's usually how it is, that you see the pattern at Disneyland.
Mhm.
Now, you haven't been in Club 33 yet, but I have, where the lounge food is better than the actual restaurant. The same goes for Lamplight and then Carthay Circle. Yeah, so it seems like the smaller tails of things are better than the bigger things. And also with Cafe Orleans and Blue Bayou. Carnation Cafe, it's okay. It's very popular. I mean, it is a staple of Disneyland.
And the area is very small, so that's why it's so hard for the seating and getting a reservation is there's not too many tables.
Yeah. So if you are interested in any of these dining experiences, now again, this is just our opinion of how we feel about them. But if you want to have that experience, I say go for it. If it's something that you really want to try, but
to get a
you want to get a reservation way ahead of time.
Yes.
And I believe that is it 30 days? I think it's either 30
it's 30 or 60.
or 60. It's either 30 or 60. But definitely keep checking. Even if there's no more reservations, someone can drop one off, like the night before or what have you. So don't give up if you don't see one.
Yes.
And you could always go to the podium to see if there's any open standbys as well. So that's that. Also, too, this is a pro tip on any Disney park. Wear comfortable footwear, especially shoes that are already broken in. Do not take a brand new pair of shoes and say, I think I'm going to break them in walking a Disney park. Even though Disneyland is not as big as the parks at Walt Disney World, you still do a lot of heavy walking.
Yes.
So definitely consider that. Also consider that if you're going to be going on the water rides, which is basically Tiana's at Disneyland or Grizzly River Run at DCA, if you want to bring a change of clothing and a backpack, so you don't have, depending on too, obviously in California, you can drive pretty quick if you're, doing the water rides during the day, but still a lot of people don't like wet, soggy shoes and socks. So if you have a change of shoes and another pair of socks, I definitely recommend doing that as well. Also too, when it comes to the rides, always go for the main priority rides that are for you.
Yes.
If it's something that you really want to do, make that your main priority. And then you could always circle back to what else that you would want to do later on. My personal bet is try to get on Indiana Jones first. It's a very popular ride, especially as the day goes on. And it does have a habit of shutting down.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize because I blame my dad.
Yeah.
But
and for all of you who don't know, her dad worked on the concept of the ride vehicles of Indiana Jones.
Worked on the engines, so
yes,
they break down.
Yes. So if you have the opportunity to get on Indiana Jones, try to make that one of your first rides of the day when going into Disneyland. When you're going to DCA, if you are a thrill seeker, definitely hit Mission Breakout first, because again, as the day progresses on, the line definitely gets more and more of a wait time. But if you're going during the Halloween season, wait to get on Mission Breakout, because around 5-6 o'clock ish, they change it over to Monsters After Dark, which you only get that version during Halloween season. So if you kind of wait around when the ride is down and they reopen it back up, it'll be a pretty short wait time.
Yes.
So yeah, so just want to throw that out there if you're going to the parks during the Halloween season. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
And also, if like the parades and shows and the fireworks are like your priority, make sure you take note of like the times as well.
Yes.
Because then if you really want to catch them, you want to make sure you get a good like viewing area, because they do fill up fast. Some people picnic there for hours if they really want like the paint the night or a good phantasmic seating or anything like that. But if those aren't for you, then a lot of those times is a good time to also go on rides, because of the fact that everyone is watching them, that you can hit shorter wait times for the rides as well.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you brought that up, because you just made me think of one when you mentioned about Phantasmic. And even this goes with World of Color. This is just me. And again, because I've done it, I experienced it, and I also live out here. But if you want to save money, a lot of people say doing the dining packages for Phantasmic and World of Color are worth it. And if it works for them, perfect. And again, if you want to have that experience, again, go for it. But I have to say, the state that Phantasmic is in right now, it is not worth paying the money for a dining package. Please trust us on this. It is not. It's not just because the dragon isn't there. Right now, they are having a lot of maintenance issues with the show, and it's not up to the best quality that it should be. So I would hate for you to spend the money. Now, again, unless you're not gonna be able to come back and you want to have that. But honestly, to spend the extra money to be sitting down on the ground, like close to like where there's like a fence barricade between you and the river, we actually have what we call the sweet spot of where we love to stand. And again, I know it's standing, but it's a great view of Phantasmic. You can see everything, and guess what? It's free. There's no extra charge. You just got to get there early. And that's with any parade or nighttime show. You want to get there early anyway. So that's just my take on it. I personally would say don't do the package, the dining package. Even for World of Color, the restaurant, which was Magic Key Terrace, we absolutely loved it. The location that they gave us for World of Color, it was not a good viewing area whatsoever. And it's like, I could have found us a better viewing spot for free.
We did.
And we did. So yeah. So again, I know that sounds kind of negative, and it's not that we're trying to derive people away from doing those things with Disney, but we just speak the truth. We just say how it is, and we don't sugarcoat it, because we're there at the parks all the time. And it's unfortunate.
And when it improves, then we'll let you know.
Yeah, we will let you know. Definitely. I do strongly suggest when the dragon does return and they fix all the maintenance issues, then I would say that the dining package would probably be worth it, because it is going to be the day that they bring the dragon back. It is going to be crowded. But we will try to be there, possibly for the opening night with everybody else. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Let's see. We went through the attractions. We went through dining. We went through the parades and shows.
If you're going to go with little kids and like family,
leave them home.
No.
Oh, okay.
Some people want to bring their kids and family.
Oh, okay.
Just remember that Disneyland is a great place, but you also have to let them have their rest time. Also,
at home.
No,
I'm just kidding, folks. No, it's time. Actually true. Yes.
So make sure, there are quiet areas that you can be there and let the kiddos take their naps. Because if you try to push them, they're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy. Everybody's going to be miserable.
it's worth taking them to take a little break. And I'm glad you brought that up because there are certain locations that are perfect for resting and even for yourself. Because again, you don't want to overdo yourself because then you could become overly exhausted and tired. And then you get cranky and the kids see that. And it's like, it rubs off, you know, and you're at Disney. You want everybody happy as much as you possibly can. Some of the great spots that we love to actually cool down and take a rest is over at Disneyland is Walt Disney, A Magical Life. Perfect. I mean, you get a show, you get to see some exhibits. It's in air condition. You could definitely just kind of sit in there and chill. Number two, over at DCA, you have Mickey's PhilharMagic and also the animation building.
Yes.
You can have the kiddos kind of like rest. They could watch the show. They can, they have like animation in there as well. So that would be good. Another great spot that we love to take a rest, and I strongly recommend for anybody that wants to stay sane, go on the train.
Yes.
The train.
The Disneyland Railroad.
You could, and honestly, stay off of the one that you're facing straight. I'm sorry. That to me, go to the one where you're sitting, where you're like sitting sideways and you're looking out. Because you get a better view of the park. You could see the diorama of the dinosaurs in the Grand Canyon and everything. But also, you could just sit back, relax, and take a little siesta.
Mm-hmm.
We've literally done the train. We literally took an hour and 40-minute nap. And they left us on there. They'll leave you alone. You don't have to get off. You're not obligated. And I tell you what, when we got up, we were rejuvenated. We are rearing ready to go.
Yes.
And again, it's just nice just riding the Disneyland Railroad. It really is. It beats Walt Disney World's by 100 miles.
No, I've never been on that one.
Yep, and there's a reason for it. Yeah. There was so much more to do than just, going just backstage and that's all you see. Backstage and trees. But yeah, that was good. Was there any other spots that I was forgetting? Oh, the Tiki Room. Tiki Room is another one.
And they have that little quiet place in Toontown.
That is true. All the way in the back. All the way in the back, you have a little like nook.
Designed it that way, where that's a more quiet spot for kids that have like that need the quiet time,
like the sensory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because like when it like messes with your head, and again, there are kids that do have that. So I do love the fact that Disney does have something. And I honestly would even say not even just for kids. I mean, there's even adults that have sensory like kind of overload. So kudos to Disney for that one for sure. Also, too, another thing, and I again, everyone probably knows this already, but it bears repeating: stay hydrated. Here in California, it doesn't get Florida hot, but there could be some days where it does get hot, and then when you're running around and everything, I mean, you can get dehydrated. So you definitely want to keep the fluids running, drink plenty of water. And so again, I know that's more so like a basic kind of thing, but I think it does bear, mentioning,
Yeah. And if you didn't know that the places that sell the fountain drinks, they do give you free cups of ice water.
Yes.
The littler cups, but yeah.
Absolutely. And then speaking of that too, along with your beverage, some of the favorite Disneyland go-to snacks, because we are the foodies.
Yes.
That I recommend is obviously the Disneyland churro. Don't get it at DCA. Get it at Disneyland. The Disneyland popcorn. Can't go wrong with Disneyland popcorn. Get the Dole Whip, but if you get the Dole Whip, you have to get the mango strawberry swirl. The best. For me, I know she's going to disagree with me on this. I love the turkey leg. I'm sorry, folks. I do. I know it's probably not the healthiest. I know it probably gives you a little rumble in the jungle there, but in the moment, I like it. It's the only thing of turkey that I actually like.
And I like the cream cheese pretzel.
She does. She loves a cream cheese pretzel, and also too, you love it because I'm not big on hot dogs or wieners, but
The corn dog.
the corn dog, yes. But I do love well, I like the cheese corn dog because I wish that they would just use like the mozzarella, rather than the cheddar. But it's okay.
And then in DCA, I love me a good chocolate vanilla swirl cone from the Cozy Cones.
Yes. That's a given. I mean, even on our logo now, I mean, as you can see, I'm eating the turkey leg, but she's eating the chocolate vanilla swirl ice cream cone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a given. Yeah.
Yes.
Some of our favorite food, like food to actually eat. As I said, I love the pretty much anything at the Lamplight Boardwalk. I love the lobster nachos. I love the sliders. I love the wings. Also, another great restaurant that I highly recommend if you can get a reservation for is Hearthstone Lounge. And that is in the Grand Cali. Shout out to Mr. Theme Park Conductor for showing me that restaurant. It became my crack. It's not an upscale restaurant, but it does have a lot of fine-tuned food items, but not for that bad of a price. I mean, and you could honestly get a lot of appetizers that you can kind of split if you have a group of people. So I definitely recommend that as well. And also too, definitely check out Downtown Disney. If you're going to be here for a few days, I mean, they got, some great places. They have Black Tap. They have Naples. Yeah. So there's just like a lot of locations that, to check out. And they even have the sweet shop, if you want to have some extra desserts. And honestly, it's just nice just walking around Downtown Disney, and even check out the hotels. Even if you're not staying there, I mean, you could still get to Grand Cali and Pixar Place and the Disneyland Hotel. Also, too, with Trader Sam's, if you can snag a reservation, you have to. I think it's better, like, obviously go over to the podium and go to Trader Sam's. Yeah, if you want to have like a alcoholic beverage or like a bar snack food. The vibe is nice. I've done the indoor, but I just like the outdoor. It's just the ambiance, like especially in the evening time. They light the torches and everything. It just gives you all the feels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trying to see if there was anything else. Anything else for you?
No, I don't think
I think we covered a lot of the basics, but I will say to everybody, if you have any questions, comments, opinions, concerns, stuff that maybe we didn't address, that maybe you came up with on your own, please comment down below. We will answer as much as we possibly can. Or if someone else has a question and you see it, throw it in the comments as well. We love the engagement. We do enjoy it. We appreciate every single one of you for joining us. And again, shout out to Noah for bringing this to my attention and for making this video. Noah, I hope that this helps you out. Again, if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out or comment down below. Have a great, fun, safe trip at Disneyland. And we're here. So, I mean, if you want to, meet up, we're a hop, skip, and a jump away. Yes. And again, thank you for the inspiration for this video. Mm-hmm. Did you have any other final thoughts?
No.
Nope, we're all good to go.
Yes.
Well, in any case, we want to thank everyone for joining us today on Holo Gelato. This is Abby. I'm George, the Disney Italiano. And as I always say in Disney Italiano fashion, stay safe, stay healthy, stay Disney. Italiano out.